Hey everybody, today I'm going to be building a small toolbox for a friend of ours, and I'm using this particular one as a template. This one was actually made for me when I was 5 maybe, so it's almost 40 years old. It was made by my Great Uncle Nat, my grandfather's brother. And it was just made out of a few bits of plywood and a couple of pieces of what looked like old siding, wooden siding here maybe, and a piece of, it could be an old mop handle there. Anyway, I still have it, and it still serves a purpose. It keeps some jigs and stuff that I keep around the shed. But I'm going to make my version out of pine. I looked around the shop and I found a few pieces of offcuts of pine that I had. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to make it pretty much the same dimensions as this, but out of pine. So let's see what happens. If you look at the side of the box, you can see that it's tapered. So that I can keep that actual taper, I just took my square, unloosened the wheel, put it like that, and tightened it up. So I'll just transfer that particular angle to whatever power tool that I'm using to cut the wood. Here is the side of the toolbox. It's actually 7.5 inches high, and the board is 6.5 inches wide. So then I just mark the center up top. As you can see, that's at the top up right there. Mark the center, which is 3.25. And then I put a level across here, these 2 points, and measure down from the top, and that's 2.75 inches. So then I mark those 2.75 inches there and there, and just line them up. So I'll cut these 2 pieces off here to have the top. And then with the edges tapered in, I used my little square to take it off the edge of the box, and let's see if I can do it here. I took the top edge of it up here. I registered that along the bottom, which is a square edge, and I put the metal edge up against the top point, up right there, and then I struck a line, and I did it with both sides. So next is off to my table saw, in which I'm going to cut on my miter saw. I'm going to cut these 2 off first, and then these 2 edge pieces here, and then I'll be left with the sides. One thing that I forgot to mention is I actually stuck the 2 pieces of board together with some 2-sided tape to make sure that they're the same size. And again, I use my little square there to transfer the angles to my miter saw to make sure that it's pretty much the same as the other one. For the bottom of the toolbox, I took some measurements from the original and discovered it was 12.5 inches. Sorry, 12.75 from here to here. So I cut it off, and then I just brought over the table saw, transferring this same angle here to the edge of the board here, and on both sides, so that when I screw the side to the bottom, I've got some countersink holes screwed in right there. Then it'll have the same profile. And what I'll be using, and then once I get the screws in there, then I'll be using these plugs that I just cut to finish it off. So there we have it so far. When determining the location for the handle, what I did is I took both pieces and I sandwiched them together, and I picked what I thought was a good location, brought it over to the drill press, and I drilled a small hole through both pieces. And this allowed me to number one, get the same center point for the dowel on both pieces, as well as allowed me an actual location for the center of my Forstner bit. So I drilled a little hole there. It's a countersink for the handle to make it a little bit more sturdy, and then on the other side again I just drilled a countersink for the screw to hold it in. So this will make it just that little bit more sturdy when I get it all put together. When installing the sides, measured this distance here, which is 12.75, and I had to make sure that where the side butts into the bottom had to be on the same angle as this here. So again, I use my table saw to rip it, so fit flush in there and flush along the sides. Up along the top, I cut this at a 30-degree bevel inwards, so you can throw whatever you need in there. And it's all attached with 2 screws on either side, and 2 across the bottom. And here is the final toolbox with its, I guess its original mentor right next to it. It's the exact same height, depth, but the inside dimensions is a little less in the new one. This one had plywood nailed to the outside. This one got the pine on the inside, so that's no big deal. Other than that, they're exactly the same. And I hope that the new owner of this toolbox will get many years of use out of it. So, thanks for watching.